Hello, welcome to Local Anaesthetic Podcast, the most trusted name in local news. My name is Alex, and joining us, as always, is your good friend of mine, Rob. How you doing there, Rob?
Hello, mate. Yes, I'm okay, actually. Not too bad. How are you feeling?
I'm still feeling wiped. I mean, it was the flu. I'm aware it's been the flu, and it goes on forever, apparently. There's quite a few people who've got it, and mine still hasn't shifted. And it's really, really dragged me down. And I had very little sleep last night due to bouts of coughing and all the rest of it. I do honestly think I got 4 hours sleep. And I don't remember the last... I mean, that is hard to get through the day with.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah.
You know. How are you, Rob?
I mean, it wasn't the greatest night's sleep. So Nibbler has been involved in yet another fight. So...
that cat's always been a tearaway. Behavioural problems, Rob. Should have had it put down when you had the chance.
Yeah, I mean, that's unnecessary. And at the moment, last time we had to pop an abscess on his head, which wasn't particularly nice.
What a beautiful image. Last night we had to pop an abscess on his head. How did you do that, Rob?
We had to pin him down, and it's literally, it was... and then
what did you pop it with? Chopstick? No, toothpick. Did you pop it with a toothpick?
No, luckily we'd already taken some fluid out there before, so there was an opening, should we say? I mean, listeners don't need to know this really, but we decided to keep him in last night. When I mean, literally, he's like a caged animal when he can't go out. So it was interesting. Yeah.
Anybody who's ever seen The Omen and remembers Damien, Nibbler is the cat equivalent, correct?
I wouldn't like to draw that conclusion, but I mean, some people may think so, yes.
Rob, is there any news before we start this episode of, where we cover local news for local people?
Not that I'm aware of, no. It's been relatively quiet. I realise, obviously, the clocks have gone back. Maybe that's affected people, and it's nearly Christmas, so people got better things to think about.
You do notice it, don't you, that the clocks have gone back? I mean, that's part of it. That's part of why we're all feeling tired, because I don't feel I've adjusted to that slight clock change yet.
No, I know what you mean, and I must admit, I know that there's the case for not changing the clocks, and I must admit,
agree with that.
I think part of me, I'm with you on that. Right,
Rob, let's get on with it. I just want to let people know straight off the bat that from this isn't really a story; it's more of a little news alert for our listeners, Rob, if anybody's interested. And when I was researching local stories, I came across a website called, I kid you not, Cumbria Crack, which covers local news in Cumbria. And I just want to let people know about something that's happening in Cumbria. On the 29th of November, Rob, 2019, at Whitehaven Golf Club, an evening with Steven Seagal. Or Steven Seagal. At the Whitehaven Golf Club, Rob.
Are you telling me he's put all his prior commitments with Kim Jong-un to one side and is heading to Whitehaven Golf Club?
I am. It's I'm going to give you the blurb. It's an evening with Steven Seagal that will... Hang on a minute. Yeah, okay. Yeah, which will see the Hollywood movie star, actor, film producer, screenwriter, martial artist and musician take his audience through an action-packed night of drama, conversations and stories from his amazing career. He'll also take part, Rob, in a Q&A with the fans. What I love on this is that underneath the picture of him, it just says 80 tickets left.
Out of 80. Can I just say, I mean, I wouldn't pay for it myself, but if someone bought me a ticket, I would love to go to that.
Rob, isn't it though? It really is. When I looked at this, I could. There was part of me that could almost enter into his soul, into the depths of his heart, and feel the despair, Rob, that he must feel.
Yeah, I mean, this man was making big budget films. I mean, if you go back to the days of Under Siege, for instance.
Well, that was about it, though, wasn't it, Rob? I mean,
but I can't. Well, yeah. I mean, I can't. What other films was he in?
Exactly. Right, Rob. Let's get on with this. I got a story here from the Evening Express which covers Aberdeen by Danny McKay from the 5th of November 2019. This is a strange story. Aberdeen driver mounted pavement and ploughed into 77-year-old woman. Now, what I need to tell you, Rob, is that all the victims in this story are alive and well. or they might be injured, but people are alive. But I still need to read it out.
As long as your sense of humor hasn't taken a really dark twist and you've started reporting terrorist incidents as comedy.
No. Zoltan Dragon, 72.
Sorry.
This is one for our name list. It's Zoltan Dragan with 2 A's in that. Dragan.
Amazing.
I know.
What a name.
Admitted that he had grown impatient with the car in front of him before he engaged in what his solicitor described as, in quotes, an absolutely bizarre piece of driving. This, Rob, is his solicitor.
But let's face it, that solicitor has done his best to try and to talk down his client's crime, really. Considering, I'm assuming it's what would you call it? Dangerous driving, I suppose.
I think this solicitor should replace Rudy Giuliani as Donald Trump's attorney, Rob.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
he did a good job.
They sound. Yeah.
During the incident, Rob, which took place, I don't know why it's being reported now, presumably it's when court proceedings came to place. So the incident took place on February the 4th, 2018, and Dragan drove fully on the pavement on King Street near St Mary's Parish Church for around 50 metres. So get an image of that in your head, Rob. Drove fully on the pavement for 50 metres and sent a 77-year-old woman flying onto the bonnet and windscreen of his car before she was thrown to the ground. The car also struck a man and a 79-year-old woman who had been standing at a bus stop with her friend, whom she pushed out the way. So she saved the friend there.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, what's his defence? Is there a defence?
Yeah, we're getting to it. Fiscal Deputy Felicity Merson told Aberdeen Sheriff Court that Dragan had been queuing with traffic at lights in King Street in his black Honda Civic when he pulled out, crossed onto the opposing carriageway and then onto the pavement. He drove fully on the pavement for 50 metres, drove in between a bus stop and a church wall before hitting a lamppost. Miss Merson said the accused car struck one woman aged 77 with force. It then struck a man aged 41 with less force but still threw him to the ground. Another woman aged 79 had just left church and was standing with a 76-year-old friend within the bus shelter. Having heard the screams of others, she saw the car and pushed her friend further into the shelter. The car struck the woman on the elbow as it passed. Following the collision, the accused immediately got out of his car and started apologising.
Well, that's decent of him. That's good to know.
Miss Merson said he was asked by a witness what happened and he replied, "I pressed the wrong button."
Oh my God.
Okay, you know, Rob, all cars have that emergency button. Go onto the pavement.
Sorry, but it's not just that. He's crossed a lane of traffic and then driven onto a pavement. So he's had to steer to do this. I don't believe he's just put his foot on the accelerator.
Yeah, we're getting it right. Well, so basically, Dragan of Wavell Crescent, Aberdeen, pled guilty to causing serious injury by dangerous driving. So here's what happened, Rob. Defence agent, I love that title, defence agent, George Mathers said the car immediately in front of him was stopping and starting and stopping and starting. He could see that there was a large gap in front of that car. He was being impatient. In addition to that, he was in a hurry. He made this ridiculous decision, this is his attorney, he made this ridiculous decision to pull out and overtake the car in front. However, when the driver saw that, the driver in front of him, he pulled forward, blocking the space. He then sees an oncoming car coming towards him. He makes the next stupid decision to head across the road thinking he'd avoid the oncoming car. He misjudged the braking distance and unfortunately went towards the bus stop, hitting innocent people. He should have simply gone into the bus lane. Mr. Mathers added, immediately after this he surrendered his licence, so he now no longer drives. Can you imagine the cop stood up and he's just got the licence in his hand. You got me, Gov. Got me, all fair and square. Licence on the ground. I surrender it.
I mean, thankfully, I'm assuming that he wouldn't have been going too fast, hopefully.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That one of these women is quite seriously injured, Rob.
Okay. I'm concerned that I'm concerned that he surrendered his license before he did this. So literally, he knew that it was going to be against the law. He just threw the license out the window and just went for it.
So anyway, that's that story. Our obligatory story from the Daily Mirror by Anna Lewis and Errol Crump. Rob, that's a real journalist's name. This is our second one of the day. Errol Crump. Surely
she
that
sounds
must be
like
made
a character
up.
from the League of Gentlemen. Errol Crump. Are you kidding me?
Anyway, it's from the 5th of November. What's that? What? Remember the 5th of November. Well, do you know what's weird, Rob? I didn't hear any fireworks last night, but I heard them in the days preceding Guy Fawkes night.
I know we heard a lot last night.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, there's something about the people of Essex who just love a good firework. It doesn't need to be...
Did you worry about your animals?
They hate them. So usually both cats will be under the bed.
It's horrible, isn't it? Because there was a little bunny that died recently because it died. I know it died from the shock, Rob, of hearing fireworks. It trembled and died.
I mean, that's very upsetting, Alex. But at least it didn't die at the hands of the Croydon cat killer.
Well, it doesn't kill rabbits, Rob. It kills cats, you fool.
So only a matter of time. We know this, Alex. We've discussed this. I mean, I suppose that technically a rabbit will be a step down from a cat. But anyway.
Here is, Rob, the headline from the Mirror. Stomach-churning photos of illegal rat-infested dump brothers ran in the back garden. Now, Rob, I should just say something about this. You would expect, Rob, the Daily Mirror but I actually mean this, to recruit pretty well-established or competent journalists, wouldn't you? Come on, mate. It's the Mirror. It's not the Star.
Okay.
You'd
fair
expect
enough.
basic proofreading.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair.
The headline of this story calls it an illegal rat-invested dump rather than infested.
How do we not know the rats obviously saw an opportunity to stop living in the sewers and just wanted to invest in real estate? It's possible,
actually,
Alex.
You're right. Stomach-churning photographs, Rob, show mountains of rubbish and rat carcasses that were discovered in the garden of two brothers who set up, Rob, an illegal dump. Just think about this. The people's names are Raymond and Ian. Oi, Raymond, I've got an idea. Why don't we set up a dump in the back garden?
Were they charging for it? Was this...
Yes. It was a dump, a proper dump, Rob.
Okay, fair enough.
Raymond Murray, 61, and Ian Murray, 54, found to have 500 rats at their home as a result of their business in Kimmel Bay, Conwy in Wales. 500 rats!
Sorry, can I just check? This wasn't a rat dump, was it? People were just coming around just dumping their rats in their back garden.
Oi, Raymond, I've got another rat for you. Yeah, throw it over the fence with the others.
They just open the back door, toss it into the garden, job done. 50 quid.
Clean-up operation, Rob, cost 59 grand and saw more than 123 tonnes of rubbish removed from their home. Between 400 and 500 rats were also killed using 156 rat traps. The average amount used to cost the country in a month. Can you imagine the slaughter, the sounds of slaughter that day, Rob?
So, could you just repeat how many tons of rubbish?
123.
How big was this house?
I know.
I mean, that's astonishing.
Today, a court heard that the infestation had caused a real risk to health to neighbours, reports the Wales Online. There's your local news source. Yep. Craig, where's this story? A nearby caravan park also found dead rats in its awnings and live rodents running around the children's play area. Hey, it sounds like Pontins! I retract. Lawyers, I retract. There are no rats at Pontins, just mice and other rodents. Retract that again.
Yeah, just move on. Just move on.
The play area had to be closed and disinfected while refunds were given to the customers. Oh my God, I'm looking at a picture of a dead rat. During an earlier hearing, the court was told that the brothers began a waste collecting business when they lost a previous taxi business and ran into financial difficulties. Of course they did, Rob. I reckon it's because they were the boots of the taxis and the back seats were just filled with rubbish. You had to get in. They go, yeah, just scooch over a bit, mate. We're carrying some trash.
I don't think it was even that. I mean, I think it's that they were just transporting rats. They were just moving rats from one place to another. Realised there was no future in this. Rats just do not pay their way, unfortunately.
It was called Splinter Cabs.
Very nice. Can I just say that these two brothers need to stop with their entrepreneurial attitude. I mean, it's not working for them.
No, they're like a really, really failed version of the Chuckle Brothers. They sound like.
Yeah, or they're like the less successful version of Del Boy and Rodney.
Yes. So let's just recap. In the court hearing, what we heard was that the brothers began a waste collecting business when they lost a previous taxi business and ran into financial difficulties. When it was found, Rob, to be uneconomical to take the rubbish to a tip, the pair began sorting it out at their home, and the situation grew out of hand. Okay, so it wasn't a dump that other people... So they were collecting waste, but because it wasn't financially viable to take it to the dump, they chose to run a dump out of their back garden.
But they were sorting it themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a picture, Rob. It's. There's a lot of old mattresses. I'll put it that way.
How are they alive? In all honesty, surely the amount of, I mean, God knows what they must have come into contact with, but surely, how have they not contracted some sort of deadly disease?
Well, when officers visited their home in May, hundreds of bin bags of domestic waste were found in the garden, including mattresses, furniture, car parts, and, Rob, a caravan.
Very nice. You could have done that up and let the rats live in there.
I have to say, that one caravan would have added, I assume, substantially to the 123-ton amount, would it? I mean, I don't know. How many tons does a caravan weigh?
That's a good question, actually. I think, I mean, first of all, it depends on the caravan, but yeah, I mean, I would imagine if you... I'm going to have to Google this. Carry on.
Rob, you ever stayed in a caravan, apart from on your honeymoon?
I have, yeah. I have, yes. Yes, I have stayed in a caravan, yes.
Right. Is that all you want to tell us?
Do you want more details?
I would.
So it was only the once, and so when I was a child, I used to be a member of the Boys Brigade, which is a poor man's scouts. That's a joke. It's a Christian organisation that dress up in military uniform to an extent, and sometimes go on parades.
Did you have to salute and stuff like that? Yes, sir.
We did. Yeah. So if you can
You're
imagine,
a military man, Rob. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, that's putting it very loosely, Alex. Anyway, every year they would have a camp, which was down in Devon, and my mum used to be in the Boys Brigade. She used to be. She used to have a rank. It's a lot like the Salvation Army anyway. So they had a camp that take place every year, and she was friends with some of the organisers, and I stayed in their caravan. And the only thing I remember is the fact that it rained more or less constantly for 3 out of the 4 days, and the 4th day we had to go to church and then march down the high street of the local town.
Well, like a military parade.
Yeah, with banners and shit like that. It was a truly miserable experience. Although that's why I did learn to play chess.
Did you? Do you still play chess, Rob?
Occasionally, I haven't for a while, but I can still.
I'd like us to play chess. I haven't played chess in years. It'd be fun to play chess together, Rob.
Can we do it via email? So we know, maybe send an email once a week.
What is it? Pawn to
like king to L4.
Yeah, we could. Okay. Or we could.
What we could do is actually,
we could play an app version, couldn't we? There must be one.
Well, what we could do is then we could actually play over the podcast. So we could do a move at the end of each episode.
That is a fucking good idea. We both need a chess set or an app. Okay, fine. Let's do it. No, I like that idea. I love it.
I mean, yeah, a game would literally take, months, if not years.
We will start that on the 300th episode, and we'll see how long it takes us.
I'm sure that the listeners will be riveted to that.
Anyway, there is also evidence, Rob, of rat burrows and bin bags ripped open by the rodents. In January, both brothers were handed 10-month prison sentences suspended for 2 years after being guilty to acting without an environment permit. Today it was found the brothers made, Rob, do you want to go? I want you to guess how much they made. Fucking hell, I'm looking at another picture here. This place is a hellhole. Rob, I want you to guess how much they made from their illegal dump business.
£7,827.
It's incredibly close if you times it by 10. £72,637. Yes. Rob, do you want to set up a dump?
Yeah,
run
absolutely.
Out your living room.
Well, that seems unnecessary. That 72 grand.
Yes. During the Proceeds of Crime Act hearing, Natural Resources Wales prosecutor Christopher Stables, another great name, said the amount available for confiscation totaled $37,153 from Raymond Murray and $30,413 from his brother. Mr. Stables also asked the cost of the clean-up operation to be repaid. Judge Nicholas Parry ordered the defendants to pay £67,000, 566p, within 3 months or serve 12 months in prison. He also told the pair to place their house for sale within a week to cover the shortfall. So basically, it's a sad ending because their life is pretty much over.
Yeah, but at the same time, they still got the memories.
Okay, Rob, you got some stories for us there.
Yeah, so my first story was sent to me by my mate Ross, who promises he occasionally listens to the podcast, although I doubt that. Anyway, so he sent me the story. It's from the Birmingham Live website. It's from the 4th of November, so 2 days ago. No, the Birmingham Live website.
Brumming? I tried to make it. It wasn't very good, was it?
Oh, God, was that what you were going for?
You do it.
Birmingham? It's quite good.
No, the Citizen. You've got to say the Citizen in the Brummie accent.
Oh, God, hang on.
The Citizen?
The Citizen. Yeah, there we are. The Citizen.
That was good.
So this is the Birmingham Live website, just to reiterate. It's by James Roger, who is the head of trends.
Another great name.
Yeah.
Roger the Dodger.
Now, this is obviously come from it's been lifted for another local paper, but the headline: Livid mum accuses Deliveroo of daylight robbery over failing to deliver KFC, but charging her anyway.
Well, that does seem unfair. Can I just say, this whole thing, I haven't used it, because the thing is with Deliveroo and this, you do end up paying a pretty hefty premium.
It's the same with most of the apps. Like Just Eat, you do. I mean, if you compared to ordering through the website or over the telephone, you still do pay a charge on top of it. I'm
going to tell you something about me, Rob. I don't like getting food delivered. I like to go and pick it up personally.
Okay.
Do you know
why is that?
Well, one, you don't have to pay for the delivery. Two, I think you're more I don't know. I feel like you're more likely to get, if maybe better quality or better portion because you're there picking it up in person. But three, it's things like if you go to a pizza place, if you pick up in person, like at Domino's or Papa John's or whatever, you often get 2 for 1. You don't get that if they deliver. Don't know if people know that, but it's true.
No, that's a good point, actually. I think that our local Pizza Hut, which is amazing, is still doing special offers despite being open for the best part of a year and a half. You can get a large pizza for £8, which I still think is a fucking bargain.
Local Anaesthetics, sponsored by Pizza Hut.
And Alex, everyone knows what you mean. You mean that if you go and collect it, there's less chance they're going to masturbate into your meal.
Yeah, or at the very least, they'll do it in front of you and be honest about it,
Yeah. Maybe take some cash off there and then.
Hey, can I have some extra semen on there, please?
We've all been there. A furious mum has accused Deliveroo of daylight robbery after they failed to bring her a birthday treat from KFC.
So that was her birthday treat, Kentucky Fried Chicken?
It was for her daughter, to be fair.
Oh, even better. How old was the daughter?
She's 11.
Right.
In the Mirror version of this story, which I've also read, it does say that apparently it was supposed to be a surprise birthday treat, which
so the
is even more bleak.
Treat was a bucket of chicken for her 11-year-old daughter, and of course this took place in Birmingham.
No, this actually, I would argue one step worse. This took place in Stoke-on-Trent.
I have nothing to say.
The delivery service has been accused of failing to deliver the iconic fried chicken. Something about the phrase of the iconic fried chicken that I quite like.
I do as well. Can fried chicken be iconic? I don't think it really can. Isn't something that's... I don't know. I think that's a bit of a... Like, you could say legendary fried chicken, but not iconic. It's not an icon, is it? A piece of fried chicken.
No, but I suppose it's the way they cook it, with their...
Don't get sucked into the advertising, Rob.
Alex, are you
with Colonel Sanders' special sauce?
Yeah.
That he froze it before he died. He masturbated inside these vats, and they've kept it freeze dried all this time. Sorry, I'm straying into really, really dodgy legal territory. That was I take the blame for that, and that was my own sick imagination. Colonel Sanders was a chaste man, and he did not masturbate into vats or otherwise.
Did he actually exist, or was he like Uncle Ben?
No, he did exist.
He did exist. Okay, fine. I wasn't sure if he
had 5 wives, and all of them were chickens.
do you want to track that as well?
Yeah, I do.
It's like alleging that Bernard Manning was a turkey fucker.
Bernard Manning's dead, Rob.
There's no evidence of that.
Isn't he dead?
So he is dead.
Didn't he choke on like a piece of his own turkey breast, or am I making that up?
No, I think that's something you said on the podcast.
No, I think that's something Partridge speculated, actually.
Oh yes, he did, because he was saying that he once met with him, or something along those lines. I seem to remember that piece of dialogue.
By the way, on that, I don't know if I meant to send you the link, Rob, so I'll tell you now. But just for our listeners, any Partridge fans out there or Coogan fans, Coogan recently won a Lifetime Achievement Award for comedy, Charlie Chaplin Comedy Award at the BAFTAs, and his speech is on YouTube, which is about 20 minutes, and it's well worth watching. It's very entertaining.
Where is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Very entertaining indeed. Particularly as when he gets up on stage, somebody shouts out "aha." So that was worth it. in and of itself.
Nice. I like that. Just to say as well, I don't stand by my comments about Bernard Manning. Not Bernard Manning.
Bernard
Matthews,
Manning? He had nothing to do with Turkey, Rob.
I mean, Bernard Manning definitely fucked a turkey.
Wasn't he a comedian? Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's a fat racist comedian, and unfortunately, he is still with us. I think he's still with us. Am I thinking? No, he's dead. I'm getting confused with Chubby Brown. Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent. Dawn Bailey from Stoke-on-Trent was eventually issued with a refund after she hit out with the firm. The 38-year-old ordered a meal from KFC, which has branches across the Midlands via the delivery website Deliveroo.
It's your daughter's birthday. Go and pick it up yourself.
Alex, it's a treat. And also, to be fair to the woman, she was going into hospital the following day.
Oh, you tell me that now. Right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot,
I
buddy.
don't think it's obviously not related to the takeaway. Just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
The mother of Cliveden Road Bucknell ordered the food for herself, her mum, Angela Bailey, and her daughters, Tanisha Jade, age 12, birthday girl Erica, and 2-year-old Alicia Rose on the Deliveroo website.
Lovely. Here you go, elderly mum. Have some fried chicken, shoving it into her face. There's nothing actually wrong with fried chicken. I mean, it's not going to hurt you.
I don't think she's elderly either. Are you making assumptions, okay. Alex?
I know. I always think of grandmas as elderly, but increasingly that's not the case, Rob.
I mean, she's 38, so I don't think her mother isn't going to be that old.
No.
Can I just say though? I mean, if anyone's seen this story, because as I said, it was in the Mirror. I'm not sure I'd mess with this woman. She's a very stern-looking woman. The mother of 6 said, "I was going to the hospital the next day, which was Erica's birthday, so we decided to have a treat."
Did you say 6?
No. What? No.
Mother of 6, did you say?
A mother of 6. Yes, 6. Yeah. I'm not sure where the other kids were. Just out and about, just enjoying their lives, and away from the KFC. The mother of 6 said, "I was going to hospital the next day, which is Erica's birthday. So we decided to have a treat the night before, and she wanted KFC. It was the first time I'd used Deliveroo. I put my address in. My phone is linked to my old address in Tunstall, so it somehow changed to that one, but left both house numbers. The delivery driver rang me because he'd gone to Tunstall. I realised then what had happened and explained to him I was very sorry. I asked if he could still deliver it, offered to pay for the extra fuel, and said it was all my fault if it was cold, but he said he couldn't, and I wouldn't be getting my money back."
So it's her fault then? Sorry. Why is she angry at Deliveroo? She put in the wrong address.
Yes, yeah, that's fair. I mean, but then, she's very conciliatory. She says, I understand that.
But then why has she gone to the papers about this? What does she hope to achieve? I don't understand. Do you want a free cup of beans from KFC?
No, but they've charged her. She didn't get any fucking KFC.
I'd like it if a representative of KFC just went to her door and just chucked Rob a cup of spicy beans over her window and front door. And then put a note through, compliments of Colonel Sanders.
There's something quite sinister about that. Yes, but I do like that. And then she says, "I don't understand why no one checked the address when there are 2 house numbers." But
it's not their job, love.
That was your mistake. No. I was really angry. The only reason for getting a takeaway was my daughter's birthday. I eventually ended up going to Just Eat and ordering a pizza, which cost another £20.
I would more feel sorry for the chicken that was raised in squalid conditions and butchered to death only to go cold, covered by cheap batter and not eaten.
I mean, she lives in Stoke, Alex. She's got more things to worry about.
Right, and I retract that about the squalid conditions. I'm sure that all KFC chickens are kept in the best and most luxurious of conditions.
I mean, why would you retract that and then make that statement?
Because I'm being serious. I'm sure it is luxurious.
Deliberately knowing it's not true.
Well, I've got no idea. I don't want to cast aspersions at all. I don't know. Maybe it is. It's like a lovely little chicken farm, Rob, with lovely green fields and little pillows for them to sleep on and chicken TV for them to watch, whatever that is.
Okay, right. Anyway, as you'd probably guess, she went to the paper, then suddenly Deliveroo decided to refund the money. Just the cost of the KFC, no compensation.
I hope they blacklisted her, though, so she couldn't order from them again.
It doesn't. I mean, I think it'd be quite harsh to say we've issued a full refund and blacklist the customer.
That's what I do. I bet you that's what I do. It's probably why I'd be out of business if I ran Deliveroo.
Yeah, that's fair. I fully support you in that. Anyway, next story is from the Mirror. We've already featured it once, but why not do it again? It's from, again, the 4th of November by, there's no journalist, it just says mirror.co.uk. And the headline, woman who adopted puppy after eagle dropped into her garden discovers it isn't a dog.
Hang on a minute. Whoa. Can I just say I've got not a similar story, but it's kind of related in some way. Next. Sorry. Read the first part of that headline again.
Woman who adopted puppy after eagle dropped into her garden discovers it isn't a dog.
Because those two things aren't related. Woman who discovered puppy after eagle dropped it into her garden or drops into her garden.
No, the eagle dropped the puppy into her garden.
But didn't I report on a story where a pet had gone missing and they said it was swiped by an eagle? And I said they made the whole thing up. Is this the return of that pet? Is this
in that case, no, because apparently this isn't a dog.
No, but this was do you remember it was a cat? I had a story about some guy. That was a great story. He's looking after his partner's cat, and she comes home and he says it's been swooped by an eagle, and we said no, something happened. Wasn't it a hamster or something? We said something happened to that animal.
It was a dog.
And he just made
a dog.
It could have been. Anyway, okay, let's hear it. Eagle?
So woman.
So where's this?
This is Australia.
Oh, right, that mate. I was trying to think. I don't see many eagles around the UK swooping around with... Okay.
Oh, sorry, didn't I say this is Maidstone? Yeah, Maidstone.
The Maidstone Eagle. Can I say the Maidstone Eagle is a very, very good local newspaper name. If there isn't a local news source for Maidstone, there should be one. It should be called the Maidstone Eagle.
Well, again, a good name for a pub.
Yes.
Anyway. So, a woman who took in what she thought was a stray dog after an eagle dropped into her back garden.
What do you mean she thought it was a stray dog? It was... And it can't have turned out to be anything else. Who mistakes a dog for any other animal?
No, to be fair to her, I mean, looking at it, you could imagine it was a crossbreed.
So what was it then?
Oh, I'll come on to that. I also reminds me. Do you remember that we covered that story of that family who took in what they thought was a dog and turned out to be a black bear?
No, I'd forgotten that, but that was a classic.
That was a good story.
See, we should know the episode numbers that these come from on the tip of our tongue, and we could tell people what episode to go to, but I got no fucking clue.
No, I wouldn't have a clue either. Anyway, so has discovered the adorable animal was actually a dingo.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
You don't want that in the house.
Well, she seemed quite happy with it. The woman awoke in her home in Bright, which is a great name for it. Apparently it's just a town which is northwest of Melbourne, in August to the sounds of an animal crying outside.
Like that.
That's more of a Wookiee, that. She thought she'd found a fox or a dog on her, now, I think it's Wadalingong bush property. So I'm assuming that's an area that's in the town of Bright.
So I woke up this morning. It's not my Wadalingong. What did you say?
Wadalingong, yeah.
It's not my Wadalingong bush property, Rob. It's just the way my trousers hang.
Very nice. I woke up this morning, which sounds like a blues song. I woke up this morning to hear a whimpering on my bush.
What? I woke up this morning, or Wadalingong bush, whatever it was, which sounds like the blues song.
Yeah. No, I woke up this morning.
It really does. And
I woke up this morning.
Say, it would be. What was it? Wadalingong. What was it? Wadalingong bush.
It'd be Wadalingong Bush Property.
That's the name of the band, and the album is I Woke Up This Morning.
Very nice. Yes, absolutely would be. So, I woke up this morning to hear whimpering in my bush block. I couldn't tell if it was a dog or a fox.
Very nice.
Etc. After heated discussion online, because of course that's the first place you go, the woman took the pup named Waddy, after where she found it, to the Alpine Animal Hospital. The Alpine Animal Hospital.
I want to work there,
Australia.
Rob. That sounds beautiful. The Alpine Animal Hospital sounds wonderful. I get an image in my mind that's very pleasing.
Yes, but then you realise it's the bush in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
Staff at the hospital sent a DNA sample off for testing to settle the matter, Yahoo News reports. He was sent to the Australian Dingo Foundation Sanctuary where they awaited the results. After weeks of anxious waiting, results from the UNSW genetics lab revealed that Waddy is 100% pure Victoria Highland dingo. The sanctuary posted on
and he was summarily put down.
There's no suggestion of that.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, they're not denying that either. Waddy will become part of our breeding program, adding new genes to increase strength and diversity.
Breeding program, I bet he will.
But again, I don't know.
Sickos, Rob. Sickos.
Adding genes to our increasing strength and diversity. That's a bit weird, right?
Say it again.
Adding new genes to increase strength and diversity.
It sounds like some sort of weird eugenics thing. Yeah. Can I just say, I like the idea. I like the idea of somebody setting up something called Ringo's Dingo Breeding Program. Ringo's Dingo Breeding Program. It's run by Ringo, and of course he has sex with the dingoes. That's the breeding program.
Only if they've managed to actually secure the image rights to Ringo Starr.
Oh God.
This is just posted all around.
We retract any mention of Ringo Starr here, Rob. I'm sure he's highly litigious.
Yeah, I can imagine he would be. Apparently, they are trying to to increase strength and diversity of our captive insurance population of pure dingoes. We have our sanctuary.
This all sounds really sinister, Rob. It sounds like they're creating this sort of horde of Ringo killers, an army.
I mean, I think that's more or less what they're doing. I mean, this is Australia.
I don't think this is what happened. I think what happened is that the dingo was already part of this breeding program, Rob, and tried to escape.
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
It paid off for an eagle to come down, swoop it, and take it. I think that's what happened. This was an escape attempt from this sick breeding program by whoever this Ringo character is.
And this organisation obviously discovered his movements and tracked him down and made it clear to him that he couldn't escape.
Is that Interpol are on it, Rob, as we speak?
Yep.
Now, Rob, I did say to you I had a story that was kind of similar. It's from Cornwall, from the Cornwall Live.
Okay.
It's by Luke Matthews and Jamie Hawkins. It's from the 5th of November. Again, remember the 5th of November, etc. This is a great story, Rob. Couple think they rescued missing cat, but actually stole somebody's pet.
Right. Okay.
So basically, this is what happened. A couple were left embarrassed after they thought they had rescued a missing cat, Rob. It all started when its owner, Sophie Johnson, posted on Facebook urging people in Prestonpan, Scotland, to keep an eye out for her missing mog, Lentil. So you're with me so far. This woman called Sophie Johnson has lost her cat, and she's put a post on Facebook urging people to keep an eye out for it. After word got back to Sophie that Lentil had been spotted at a new housing development looking really muddy, she appealed for her friends to head over and have a look as she was unable to get there herself. So joy, Rob, her cat has been discovered. So, Lauren Faulkner and Charlie Allen went out to track down the missing feline, and it didn't take long for them to message Sophie with the news that she was desperate to hear. They text their friend a picture of what they thought to be Lentil, sitting contentedly in the passenger seat of the car, ready to be reunited with its owner. So they found the cat and they're bringing it back in the car, Rob. And I'm looking at the messages here. We've got him! And she's like, oh my God, please send me the pics. Oh my God, I'm shaking. Oh my God, it's actually him. I can't believe it. Unfortunately for everybody involved, the cat Lauren and Charlie had in their car wasn't Lentil at all. Before they could drive away and place the animal into the arms of a human it had never laid eyes on before, a neighbour ran out in panic to tell the couple that the cat had been living at the development for a year. Charlie broke the bad news to Sophie to say they were embarrassed, having stolen the wrong cat, and would continue the search. I'm looking at the text messages. Look, Sophie, it's Charlie. Simone just came out and told us that it's not Lentil. I'm so sorry, Angel. This cat's lived here for over a year. And she replied, oh my God, imagine seeing somebody stealing your cat. And they said, I know, we are embarrassed. We stole the wrong cat. No, we are sorry. We will keep looking.
Can I just say, by the way, considering these two people have never met, they seem to be very familiar.
What, you mean the neighbour and the... No, they have met. She said, you didn't listen. She heard that there was a sighting of her cat, and she sent two of her friends out to get it. Those two friends went and stole a cat.
Oh, sorry. That's what I got lost with. I do apologise. I thought it was the people who found the cat. Yeah, okay, with you.
A post then appeared on a local Facebook group saying, somebody just tried to steal our lovely Rayleigh ragdoll cat. Luckily, our wonderful neighbours prevented it. We're aware of a missing cat who looks a little like ours, and we're sorry for the owner's loss. But turning up to someone's home and trying to steal an animal is an appalling and cowardly act.
I mean, do you need to put that on Facebook? It was clearly a mistake.
Rob, if somebody tried to steal Nibbler, think about that.
Alex, no, that's not happening. Let's be honest.
When the post got back to Lauren, she responded, Rob, on Twitter. She said,
okay.
I mean, we didn't run about in fucking balaclavas, nor did we get wrestled to the ground while trying to abduct the cat. That
escalated quickly.
Yeah, it really did. Unfortunately, and I have no idea why, there are no comments on that story. Anyway, it is now time, Rob, for our listener story of the week. And who is it from this week, Rob? Pray tell.
So this is from Amy.
Amy? Good. Sleepy Amy.
And, yeah, Sleepy Amy. Now, strangely, this is also from a Scottish paper. So this is from the Courier, which covers Dundee, Perth, Fife, and other places around that area.
She's doing her research again, Rob. I like it.
Yeah. It's it's from the 25th of October, and what I love is it just says by reporter. Doesn't give any names, just reporter.
They didn't want to be associated with it, Rob.
Now, what I will have to say is this headline is incredible. It's one of the best we've featured.
Well, ever. In 300...
Yeah, ever.
Sorry, what episode? 292 episodes, whatever it is one of the best, Rob. Okay, fucking come on.
It's long as well, okay.
The best ones are always the long ones that basically tell you the whole story in the headline.
So, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Angus man who tried to fly drone into Perth prison claimed Romanian circus stole his chihuahua.
I love it when there are two parts of a headline and you cannot work out what the linkage is whatsoever. So what if Romanians tried to steal his chihuahua? What does that have to do with his trying to fly a drone into a prison? They're not related, Rob.
It's so beautiful. I mean, yeah.
Genius. If we could dish out awards, that I think already that would get our headline of the year, wouldn't it? It would have to.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I don't think we've had any stronger headlines so far.
Unanimous decision.
Right up there.
Okay, well we'll wait. We might get a better one. We'll see.
Okay, so let's get into the meat of this story. So, Philip Morton was found hiding in a hedge near Perth prison and claims he was searching for his pet chihuahua as it had been dog-napped by a Romanian circus troupe.
Can I just say, right, that is the worst defence in the world. You've been caught in a bush trying to fly a drone into a prison. Oh, mate, what's going on? A Romanian circus troupe stole my chihuahua and I'm looking for it. It reminds me, Rob. Now, you've got to get this right for me. You had a story once about some guy who was found naked in the back of a church organ, having stolen some toys and doing weird shit back there, and he had some bizarre excuse for why he was there.
Yeah, that was the man. It's one of those stories that goes down in infamy because it's just so bizarre. That was the man who claimed that he was giving out hamburgers to the homeless. Yeah. But in the process had got drunk and managed to fall asleep in a church organ.
Naked. Yeah.
With
that was it.
I think it was a toy gun and cars as well.
That brilliant memory. You're absolutely right. His excuse was that he was giving out burgers to the homeless, but he never. No, I don't remember him saying he got drunk and passed out back there. I don't think he ever explained the link.
No, but the problem was he never he wasn't even in possession of any hamburgers either.
Well, no, because he'd given them all out to the homeless, Rob. Surely.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, sure. So, now this comes as a surprise. Sheriff Pino del Emidio.
So is that a Spanish name?
It does sound like. I'm not sure what he's doing in Perth, but
he sounds brilliant. He sounds like a right character.
And also, I love the fact that he's a sheriff.
So do I. I want to be a sheriff, Rob.
Yeah, so do I. Anyway, so he described Morton's shaggy dog story as fanciful and said it was one of the most remarkable lines of defence I've ever heard.
It could be true, though. That's a sad thing. I guess what he went with, Rob, he went with that psychological idea that the more outlandish the lie you tell, the more believable it is. Because why would you make that up? It's so random.
Yeah,
I think that's what he was going for, but
So Moore, then of Kilmuir, I think it is, now living in Portsmouth, was found guilty at a trial of trying to fly a drone into the prison when Perth Sheriff's Court heard how Morton was caught red-handed after driving the getaway car into a cul-de-sac and being found hiding in the bushes.
Do we know why he was trying to send a drone into a prison?
But does it say what he was trying to drop? I don't think it does, actually. Oh, a mobile phone.
This is so stupid.
So Morton was spotted putting the drone into the boot of his Audi, but then he drove up a dead end and the officers blocked his escape. So he's not the sharpest tool in the box. Morton claimed he was near the prison in the dead of night because he believed Romanian circus performers had stolen one of his pet chihuahuas. It's just ridiculous.
I love the fact he tried to blame it all on Romanians as well.
Well, you know, it's easy escape there, aren't they? He said, "We were told the circus left the dogs outside at night. As daft as it might sound, I brought the dog's father, Archie, to see if he could find it."
And did he have a dog in the car or not?
Doesn't say he had the dog with him. Morton then claimed he was found in the bushes because he had downed a litre of vodka and had collapsed in the middle of the dog hunt.
Just like this guy, the guy in the organ.
Yeah.
I downed a litre of vodka and collapsed in the... Can I just say, the phrase dog hunt is quite wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Can we just set up a website called doghunt.com? I've got no idea what it's about, but it's got a certain...
My concern is it's gonna attract a certain crowd, Alex.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, right. That was intentional, was it?
Yeah, I think we can make a lot of money.
Yeah. Maybe then start maybe some sort of tip, on the side.
Right, the dump. Yes.
Yeah. So he said he'd been using the drone to search the riverbank for the dog. So, all completely legit, Alex.
Your dog's been stolen by a Romanian circus troupe, and you bring out your drone to search for it, but bring a bottle of vodka along the way just to warm that wintry evening.
Well, it's the dead of night. You need something to pass the time. Also, can I just say, I don't want to do this man a disservice. Apparently, the dog Archie was in the car. I misread that. So at least that part of his story checks out. So co-accused Cheryl Davey, 38, was cleared after the sheriff ruled that there was insufficient evidence to convict her. She was found walking several miles away from the scene sometime later.
So what did she have to do with it then?
Well, we don't know, unfortunately. Right. There's no evidence. Prison officers told the court they could see the drone, still switched on, in the boot of the Audi A3 alongside Morton and Davy's dog, Archie. Scaffolder Morton was found guilty of trying to use a drone to fly a mobile phone into Perth prison on September the 18th, 2016. Eh? Where's this story from? Oh, apparently apparently it's taken 3 years for this to come to court. Amazing.
British legal justice system, best in the world.
He also admitted to having a phone in the prison on May 4th, 2016.
Ah, right. That is a classic story, Amy.
Yeah, what a great story.
Any comments?
Let me have a quick look, actually. No, unfortunately not.
All right, Rob. Well, look, before we're going to have to think of a theme of what to spell local anaesthetic on. I'm going to do the blurb in a second. What's our theme going to be this week?
Oh, bloody hell.
You think while I do the blurb. Well,
okay.
Rob, that does bring this episode of Local Anaesthetic to a close. We look forward with a mixture of eager anticipation yet trepidation to our next episode, which will be episode 293, as we move ever more forward like... Well, I mean, really, the mind boggles this episode. I guess, like a dog stolen by a Romanian circus troupe, only to be snatched by the claws of an eagle, taken off to Australia, and sent to a dingo breeding ground, for a life of God knows what debauchery. Just like that. Move ever more forward to our next episode, which should be 293. I'm happy with that one, Rob. We can be found on our website, which is lapodcast.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/LA Podcast. We are on Twitter at LA Podcast. You can find us on the podcast app. We're on Spotify. On our website, you can leave us a tip if you want, or set up a donation to help us run this podcast. We would really appreciate that. Leave us a review, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. You know it all. And if you want to send us a story feature on this podcast, email us, lapodcast.net@gmail.com. That's lapodcast.net@gmail.com. Rob, I say with a certain amount of reservation, have you thought of a theme that we can spell out the word anaesthetic for this podcast?
Well, actually, Alex, yes, I have. So some weeks ago, we did essential items in preparation for autumn, but I'm aware now that autumn is fastly.
But is it? When does winter technically start? I'm sick of this. They take autumn away from us very quickly. I don't think winter starts for quite a while yet.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not only a couple of weeks away. So I'm going to suggest the essential items you need to prepare for the season of. I cannot speak today. I'm sorry, listeners. For the season of winter.
Christmas? Winter.
No, because we could do winter,
okay.
Christmas separately.
All right. So I'm starting, am I? We're spelling out the word anaesthetic, by the way, the English spelling.
Yeah.
A. Items to prepare, items that you might need for winter.
Yeah.
Antlers. Sort of novelty ones that you can put on your head and, wear to get into the winter spirit.
Yeah, I quite like that, actually. That's quite
Does
good.
it, though? Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah,
Reindeer
that's
antlers,
fine.
you see? Yeah, antlers.
Yeah. N, so you're going to need some nails. Going to need some nails for nailing down your windows when the storm hits, so your windows don't get smashed by any debris. You're going to need to put boards in front of your windows to prevent any
so you're
damage.
suggesting that winter people should board up their windows?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I am suggesting that.
Is the next letter A, Rob?
It is, yes.
Items for winter. An Aga, if you can afford one. Because if you can afford an Aga, that thing can heat your whole home just from your kitchen.
That is true, Alex, but I think it's very elitist, though.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. E. So, E, well, I think we all know what E is.
Eggnog.
E. Yes, that's where I was going to. Eggnog. We all need some eggnog to help you prepare for not the festive season, just to get you through the month of December.
Rob, what the fuck is eggnog?
Eggnog is, I don't know. I know it has got eggs in it though. I don't know what else is in there.
Nog, whatever that is. Okay.
Yeah.
S. Is it S?
Yes. Yep.
For winter. Socks. And
Socks.
plenty of them.
Absolutely, socks.
Rob, do you ever double up
socks.
socks in the winter? I have been known to double up socks before.
Well, I've actually got a few pairs of hiking socks, which are very, very warm.
Yes, Mr. Partridge.
What?
Okay. E. Is it E?
What are we on? T. No, T.
No, it's not. Anesthetic. Oh, yeah, T.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. T. Well, you're going to need a lot of twinkling lights, because obviously the night's getting darker, and sometimes a candle just doesn't do it. So just a few fairy lights just to light your way in the evening, and also you can to make love to. Let's be honest. Who doesn't enjoy having a romantic session with some fairy lights in?
Well, technically twinkling
vicinity.
lights, Rob, because that begins with T.
That's why I said twinkling.
Yeah, but then you
lights,
called them fairy lights.
Oh, well,
Hang on a minute. H. Well, a hat. And a very nice warm hat in winter.
Yeah.
I'm not that fond of wearing hats, I'll be honest. I do like the fact they keep me warm, but they mess up my hair. And I am vain. So.
Yeah, I'm with you. No, I'm with you on that, yeah. And at the very least, these the good thing about these headphones I'm wearing at the moment, because they're over-the-ear headphones, they also double as earmuffs. So that's.
I want to change my hat.
Oh my god! Can I just say, by the way, I'm on E, earmuffs. Just
No,
what
I want
remember.
to change my hat though, Rob. I'm changing it.
Okay. So,
I'm changing it. H for harlot. A harlot to warm the winter lonely nights, Rob.
I mean, why go harlot? Go with whore.
Because that begins with a
that's
W, yeah.
Or ho. There we go. Sorry.
No, Rob. So E, you had earmuffs.
Earmuffs. Yeah. I was
You ever
happy
wear
with that,
earmuffs, Rob?
Well, as I said, the headphones double as earmuffs.
Right. Somebody should make a pair of earphones that double as earmuffs. Just have a nice trim around the side to keep you warm.
I imagine
Detachable.
they exist.
Detachable,
Of course.
Anesthetic.
Yep.
A tambourine, Rob. And the reason you want a
Right.
tambourine in winter is because you want something to jolly people up, keep the spirits high. And you just have to shake it a bit, and people already feel energised.
Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. We've talked about it before. It's the festive season. You know, you get the drinks in, and suddenly you realise ice. I need ice, so it's going to be I for ice.
Ice? In winter?
Yeah.
You've had ice a few times, Rob. I feel you're exploiting that one a bit.
I can't think of anything else.
For
Yeah. Ice cream, festive ice cream, nice Viennetta.
Okay, whatever. And for C, Rob, I think one of the things that everybody associates with winter is a nice warm bowl of clam chowder.
I mean, he's always going to be out of crab meat again.
Yeah.
A nice warm bowl of crab meat. Just crack open a tin of crab meat in your pants and then just wish for the new year
Crackers!
to come quicker. Crackers! No, say that for Christmas.
All right,
Let's just stick with the clam chowder.
Yeah, nice warm bowl of clam chowder. That's making me hungry. I might go off and have that right now. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We're going to be back in a week's time. God bless.
And keep it local.